So guys, future Ciarra here, kind of interrupting things. I just wanted to mention that when I'm using the term witch throughout this whole entire video, I'm using it as a gender neutral term because it is. You know, anybody can be a witch, male, female, regardless. You know, we're all part of this witch family. So again, don't take it as me specifically referring to a specific gender or anything. And no, I'm not going to use the term wizard because that is actually not correct. Go ahead, Google it, do your research, but the correct term is just all around is witch. So with that said, that is what I prefer, that is what I use, and that is what I mean when I'm using it throughout this whole entire video. So back to the information. Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ciarra, and please do remember, if you do not like what I say, how I say it, or why I say it, then please do feel free to click off this video and go about the rest of your day in peace. And so we're back again with another fun little pick a card, and this was actually a topic that was suggested by one of you. And so the question of today is, what kind of witch are you, and what is your purpose kind of in this life? So we're going to be kind of looking at, you know, potentially what are your sort of, what type of witch, maybe like what your main kind of shtick is, what resonates the most for you when it comes to working with your own energy and your own powers, and kind of how that applies to what it is your purpose is in this life. That's kind of what we're looking at here. I'm not sure exactly what's going to come up in the cards. It could be any kind of messages really, but we're going to just have fun with it and see what happens. And I also do want to mention before we get into the piles that if you would like more exclusive content, more pick-a-cards, ad-free pick-a-cards, artwork, personal readings, all kinds of fun stuff, that is all happening over on my Patreon. It really does help the growth of this channel and the work that I am doing. So if you guys would like to check that out and see what's happening, also my Patreon peeps, they get first look at videos just like this. So if you guys don't want to wait as long, that's another way and another option for you guys. So let me go ahead and introduce the piles we have here today. And so we have 6 piles, and the way to choose the pile, you either choose based off the timestamps down in the description, which those timestamps should be working for anybody on any kind of device now, because I think YouTube did an update, or based off the stickers that I have here. So for those who are attracted to pile 1, you'll be attracted to this particular sticker. Let me get it to focus. This sticker here. For those that are attracted to pile 2, you have this sticker here. For those that are attracted to pile 3, you will have this sticker here. For those that are attracted to pile 4, you will have this sticker here. For those that are attracted to pile 5, you will have this sticker. And for those that are attracted to pile 6, you will have this sticker. So as always, take as much time as you need, meditate on the piles, use a pendulum if need be, whatever it is that you do to connect to your higher self and to your intuition. And of course, if you're attracted to more than one pile here, that is perfectly fine, because your personal message might be spread across more than one pile. Because again, these are still general readings for the collective here. So again, not every message, not every card may resonate for you personally. And if that's the case, this might not just be the right video for you right now, and if so, please feel free to go and check out any of my other videos on my channel or any of the other various tarot readers out there. No need to leave a nasty comment. We are not about that negativity here. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into the reading, and please do remember about that Patreon link down below. For those of you who are attracted to pile 1 here with, again, this particular sticker, this witchy sticker, we're going to go ahead and set her somewhere right there. So we're going to go ahead and dive into your cards here today. I'm primarily using oracle cards, and so we are just going to go ahead and sort of lay these all out and see what we're working with. So the first cards here that I pulled are kind of representing potentially your kind of spiritual gifts. And so we have blending with spirit, and we have creative expression for you guys. So we're going to go ahead and get into the meanings of these cards. So for blending with spirit, it is talking about Blending with spirit will enhance your communication, allowing for stronger evidential messages. Merging with the essence of spirit can create powerful connection for the sitter to feel as though their loved one has come alive even for that moment. Blending is a term used when a spirit draws really close to you, allowing you, the medium, to become one with their essence. By surrounding fully, you can step into their shoes and become the spirit, all the while maintaining a conscious awareness. So, blending your energy fully with the spirit is an important step to deepening your link during evidential communication. After creating the link, share some evidence with your sitter to validate the connection. You'll notice how the sitter's loved one in spirit begins to draw closer as the sitter receives and validates the information you're offering. Take a moment to breathe deeply into your lower chakras as you mentally invite the spirit to envelop you in their love. Feel their energy surrounded and embrace you as you blend together. Take a few moments to adjust the blending process and allow their energy to settle with yours. Now you can share more evidence, personal messages, and even their mannerisms with the sitter. In the beginning, it may take a little time to get used to this technique, but with practice, it will become totally natural. Remember to always share information from a loving and supportive place. So clearly, some things that are standing out to me here for you guys is obviously some of your natural abilities are obviously going to be this process of blending with spirit, which is almost like you're channeling spirits that come through. This might have been something that naturally you've been able to do since a very young age, and that could have been something that was maybe even frightening for some of you, because again, these spirits know that you have this very opening and warm kind of energy. I get the sense of that they can come in and they can kind of approach, which can definitely be a little bit overwhelming, especially if you're not aware that it is happening to you. So again, this is definitely a sign for a lot of you pick this path that you could have this ability as one of sort of your witchy abilities, and you can naturally channel and communicate with these spirits as they move closer to you. So you might also be very clairaudient. You might hear the messages, and again, you might also be very clairsentient, where you like feel the sensations over you. You might have like feelings of being touched on the head or tapped, or like any kind of like physical connection like that. That might be another thing that comes out. Also, it was talking about your lower chakras here. So that is something that you guys have to massively work on, are your lower, I'm getting the sense of your lower 3 chakras. So your root chakra, your sacral chakra, and your solar plexus chakra. And I just saw 333, so that might be significant for some of you. So that is our first card here. The other one we had is creative expression, which makes a lot of sense. So again, it's an emphasis especially on that sacral chakra, because that is where a lot of this creative energy comes from. It's also sexual energy. It's a lot of power in those two kind of areas. That is what this chakra kind of represents. So let's go ahead and read more into this. So creativity is not only a way of expressing your personality and spirit to the outside world, it's also a great way of disconnecting your analytical mind so you can reconnect with the creative, expressive, and intuitive side of your brain. As children, we started our lives by freely using the more creative right side of our brain. As we got older, as a result of schooling and societal conditioning, there was a tendency to pull away from our right side and rely more on the intellectual left side of our brain. Intuition floats on the edge of creativity. So try doing something creative, such as taking a class where you can practice sketching, drawing, writing, painting, coloring, making poetry, or whatever works for you. Being creative can be quite meditative in its own way. Oh, I have so much to say on this one, dude. As you develop your psychic and mediumship potential, it can help you to train yourself to let go of logic and trust the information you're receiving. Whether it's psychic information or messages from spirit, every psychic and medium uses the vast imaginative nature of the right brain to achieve a higher altered state. This is what's known as the artist's mind. This is the special place where communication is pure and authentic. You don't need to have any artistic ability to practice with creative methods and tools. Just making the effort and having fun will definitely help to stretch your spiritual abilities further than you could imagine. Exactly. So, especially on this I very much resonate with this card here, even within my own personal abilities, because obviously I am also an artist. Some of you may or may not know that, whether you follow me on my Patreon or my Instagram. But yes, or even look at some of my older videos. But yeah, when you get into a creative state, when you're working on something creatively and you're activating that right side of your brain, you really do kind of are transported into this totally altered state where time is just, you're not even paying attention to time. You just get into this flow. And that's why a lot of creative people can relate to this. It's like when you get interrupted when you're in that flow, it is so frustrating. But it really does activate this other part of your brain. And I definitely feel like, again, when you guys were probably children, you were very, very creative. You were very out there. You might have had imaginary friends. This is maybe how you were talking to your different spirits who are coming in, trying to blend with your energy. You might have even like been tapping into these other spirits when you were getting into creative states, and maybe people noticed that maybe your mannerisms changed a little bit. Like, who knows? It could definitely be a part of that. But obviously there's a message here of really needing to kind of move out of that conditioning that you were forced into, I get the sense of, with that left brain thinking. A really funny thing that this card makes me think of, there is a really great book for those who are maybe wanting to practice drawing and become better at it, called Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain. And it actually talks very extensively about this whole process and this whole connection between the right and the left brain. And something that's really interesting and a great example is like the left brain will look at something and it's like, I don't know, let's find an example. Like, oh, this is a ball. What does a ball look like? And your left brain will try to tell you and force you into understanding what this is by placing a label on it that you learned. But really, there's a lot more going on here. Or a hand. Like your brain, your left side of your brain will automatically try to tell you what a hand looks like, instead of allowing you to really actually see what is really going on here, because there is a lot more. You have to move away from labels when it comes to activating the right mind. You cannot rely on those labels, and you can't look at this as a hand, because it's not anymore. Especially if you're working on something like drawing or creating, it's like that is not what this is anymore. These are points, these are connections, these are planes, these are lines. And it's like all of these build up something that's something, it's do not rely on a label. And that even goes, I feel like, when it comes to channeling your abilities. Don't try to, it's this or that. It's like, no, just allow everything to naturally flow in is what I'm getting here. And don't try to make sense of it. Just kind of allow it to come in. That's why this practice is coming up for you, to help train your intuition and connecting to it, to just kind of trust in whatever it is that you're sensing, and not so much, oh, it has to be this thing, is what I'm getting. So we have that card coming up for you as well. So let's go ahead and lay out what else we have here. So it's really funny. You guys literally got Witch. Grab hold, allow the dwelling fire within belly awaken all that is. A mere glimpse, a delicate pull at the roots, living in the alchemy of self. So clearly, obviously, yes. I mean, that's what we are discussing here in this particular reading, is like, what type of witch are you? We're already getting out some abilities here for a lot of you picked this pile, and now you have doubly confirmation. So I get the sense that a lot of you were like very much natural born witches. Like, you didn't have somebody necessarily teach you these things. It's just something that naturally came to you. You might be very interested in sort of plants, alchemy, the connection between these things and how they work. Also, with something like dwelling fire within belly, awaken all that is. Again, that just emphasizes to me the importance of, again, your lower chakras, your solar plexus, your sacral chakra, your root chakra, your stability, your security, roots and family. And so again, some of these abilities that you have, they might have been passed down in family lines, but maybe you have skipped a couple generations, so it's been kind of pushed away, or, oh, that's just your kooky, great grandmother, coming out in you. Like, no, there's more to it than that. Let's see what else we have here. We also have lightning with power. You guys are definitely extremely powerful. You might even have strong abilities when it comes to picking up on weather phenomenon. You can excuse me, sense that energy coming in. Some of you might be very good at kind of utilizing storm kind of magic. That might be a very good time when storms, lightning, crashing waves, like any of that is coming in to work your particular magic. Let's see what else we have. We also have empowerment here. The determination of your mind and soul will guide you toward unleashing inner power. Literally, you have empowerment and you have power. So this is all about you guys really coming to terms with just how powerful you are and awakening those aspects of yourself. Because it's all there. And I feel like a lot of times you've been pushed, or other people have told you that, oh, that's not the case, like you can't do that thing, or like you can't go after this, or, you know, just like a lot of people downplaying your interests or what it is that you empowers you because it's silly or they don't understand it. And so I feel like a lot of you have struggled with that and have kind of locked yourself in a box and are kind of afraid to show these things again and really embrace these hidden aspects of yourself. So we also have coming out for you guys, the sea serpent. So definitely some of you could be very connected to the ocean, to that particular energy. We're going to get a little bit more into some of these cards and their meanings. Interesting enough, we got direction guardian, choose your path. So when it definitely comes to your purpose, it's all in your hand. I feel like, again, like you have been dissuaded from really following your true path for a very long time by other people, just because of maybe like peer pressure, or again, other people inadvertently making you feel kind of silly for the things that attracted you or that you were interested in. And so you kind of felt very self-conscious is what I'm getting. Interesting enough, we have hand fasting with union. So again, part of your purpose is to definitely come in connection with other people. You might even have ability to kind of tie energetically other people together, maybe even kind of like a matchmaker for some of you. But I also see the importance of union and partnership just for you personally is finding that other half to you who resonates with your energy and can really encourage you to, again, follow your dreams and follow your passion, really empower you, or excuse me, more so encourage you to empower yourself. Let's see, we also have here bay leaves with abundance. So some of you definitely need to be working more with abundance magic. A really great practice, and this, I believe this card even talks about it, is, you know, writing your intentions or what it is you want to manifest on bay leaves, and then you burn the bay leaves, or you can keep it in your wallet to attract more money to you. Some of you maybe are concerned about that. Let's see what else we have here. We also have answers. The answers are dwelling within you. I feel like Spirit is trying to reach out to you to give you more answers. And lastly, we have letting go. Allow the wisdom to remain, but the sting I shall never feel again. Exactly. Learning from those past experiences and learning from the fact that, you know, maybe, again, you dealt a lot with people kind of undermining your power, your abilities, or making you feel kind of strange about it. Learning to let go of that energy so you can, again, re-empower yourself, but not forgetting the wisdom that you learned from those experiences. And we have, are you kidding me? And it's 33, and I saw 333 earlier, and literally you have that creative expression, and now you have creativity coming out again. By all above and all below, let me connect, let creativity flow. Again, so much emphasis on those lower chakras, and that a lot of your ability and your power comes through connecting to that creativity within you. So let's go ahead and spend a little time kind of diving into the messages of these particular cards a little bit. So we're going to talk about the sea serpent first and what it has to tell you. Again, this is all about healing emotional wounds and expressing your desires. So that's, again, that is something you are going to always, I feel like, struggle with claiming your, again, witchy abilities or powers, however you want to put it. And again, I should have mentioned this at the beginning of the video, that, you know, I'm using witch as it's a gender neutral term here, just to be clear. You're always going to struggle with that if you're not, again, actively working on healing these emotional wounds that, again, I feel like are stemming from your childhood or your past or even past lives, as well as, you know, when you're not expressing your desires. You have to express your desires and really own that shit. So the sea serpent represents the energy of expression. Whether it's emotions, creativity, sexuality, or desire, the sea serpent helps us move and direct our energy into a healthy current. When the essence of this card is in balance, we express ourselves creatively and sexually without fear or shame. We know what we desire most, our hearts are at ease, and our relationships are meaningful and enduring. We loosen the grip of self-judgment, and we let the cool waters of forgiveness in to heal our wounds. When the energy of the sea serpent is not yet activated, our emotions and creativity are left in the muddy waters. The current of expression stagnates in some areas of our lives, and in other places it floods. It's important to remember, no matter what the waters of our emotional lives look like, the sea serpent loves us just the same. Like a mother, she wraps herself around us in a gesture of protection. She supports us as we learn to express our true nature. So yes, a huge part of this for you guys is definitely learning to express your true nature again. Because I feel like as a child, you probably did, but then you were, again, unfortunately, through societal conditioning, schooling, whatever, it was kind of pushed away out of you. So, funny enough, with the answer card here, you know, you already know the answer to the question. So you guys already naturally know deep down inside what kind of, like, which you are, what it is you need to be working at, and what you've always been attracted to. And you also naturally know what your path is supposed to be. You know how to move in that direction. It's just the hesitation and the worry of judgment of others is stopping you from moving forward. And you obviously have very powerful guides around you and spirits that are trying to, again, assist you by giving some of their energy to you to actually tap into. You know, so why do you pursue the opinions of others? It's time to trust as your journey to the dark chambers within and boldly ask for the truth to be revealed. As the answers shine forth, you'll find all the advice and knowledge that you need at this time. There is no need to seek the approval of anyone else, for the answers are all around you. So keep a keen lookout for signs and signals from the natural and mystical world as messages appear to you through cloud formations, falling feathers, and dream time. Literally, I was talking about weather. Weather is very significant for a lot of you who picked this particular pile. So yes. Other additional things with this card coming up are visit a psychic medium for answers, investigate before proceeding, returning to study, somebody spills the beans, be open to receiving esoteric information, come clean. Exactly. You have to come clean about your desires and your wants and really learn how to finally express those aspects of yourself because they're beautiful and you should be encouraged to show them. You should encourage yourself to really take advantage of that. With the bay leaves, you know, you've been going without unnecessarily for too long now. Your cries for prosperity have been heard, so please don't give up on all that you have worked for. All you need to do is accept that an abundance of prosperity is your birthright and work a little magic. My properties will assist you against misfortune, and a dried leaf with your desires written on it will bring your wishes into fruition if burnt. Pop one of my leaves in your purse or wallet, and soon your inner storeroom will be overflowing with riches. This card marks a time of opulence. Count the blessings and serendipitous moments you receive, for they are signs of a new and lucrative phase. Soon you'll forget miserable days of late. So there is literally some magic for you guys to particularly work here. With the hand fasting coming out, again, this is definitely going to emphasize, you know, it's talking about preparing for a hand fasting ceremony, committing to a relationship, commit yourself in service to spirit through vows of dedication. And obviously you guys need to dedicate yourself to this path finally, because it's what was meant for you. It's your birthright. So the union of a partnership brings great blessings. Make a promise to always be true to yourself. Love is the answer. Exactly. So you are committing yourself. You're promising yourself that you're going to finally show your authentic self with the energy here, for sure. So let's go ahead and also talk about our direction guardian a little bit. Again, it's talking about connect with your deepest desires, then choose the path that will make your heart and soul sing. There is your purpose right there. Again, you guys already have the answers within you. And it's just a matter of you finally coming clean to yourself about, this is what I want. This is what I've always wanted, but I've never felt powerful enough to go after it because you were always kind of turning, I feel like, to the opinions of others around you and trusting their judgments for you instead of trusting your own intuition, your own judgments. So your path isn't set in stone, and your angels and guides have no expectations for you, nor should you have any for yourself. There are many directions you can take. None of them are wrong, as they are all hold perfect opportunities to grow and to learn. But life is to be enjoyed and savored. So if you know that there's a decision to be made, and particularly if you're feeling indecisive, choose the path you know is going to make you light up, and choose with your heart. Exactly. And so we're also going to talk about our lightning card as well here and the power that it's presenting to you. So with it here, the power available to you, the force of life itself, is neutral. It is neither inherently good or bad. It's how you utilize it that will determine whether it's ultimately harmful or life-giving and congruent with the will of the spirit that pulses through you. What is required is awareness of your intention, your values, and your willingness to act on them under the particular circumstances of your inquiry. Although you may see yourself as using this power for good, do not allow yourself to get caught up in the duality of good or bad in determining your decision or actions. Through prayer or ceremony, you can tap into this spiritual force, and by paying close attention to Spirit's prompting, your choice will ultimately be revealed to you, one that is beyond your typical perspective. For there, you can continue to access this divine power that is the very force driving the universe. Wow. Exactly. That is exactly what all of this is building up to here. So, lastly, we're of course going to mention the Witch card here. This is a brand new deck that I recently got. So the keywords here are wisdom and alchemy. And again, it's talking about, hello, beloved witch. You are the center of this card. Your energy, your strength, your wisdom. A witch taps into the healing powers of the earth and the wisdom of the powers that be, as well as the energy within us all. A witch can move energy to create any life of choice. A witch knows how to see signs in everything around her. A witch uses her potions and spells to give healing and hope to all who seek her guidance, using her gifts for the good of all to heal and nourish. When the witch appears, believe that you are wiser than you know, and the thousands of years of wisdom from the wise ancient ones are available to you now. If you are finding your path to magic, this card is confirmation that you should continue to explore your craft. If you are an experienced witch, know that it's time to dig even deeper. Perhaps step up as a priestess and start your own coven. This message is even stronger if you pulled the healing card, which we don't really have any cards coming up here that are specifically in reference to healing, except for, of course, the Sea Serpent, which was talking about healing emotional wounds. Again, I feel like more so this card is about really starting just to step up. You guys have the potential to be your own high priestess, but I get the sense that a lot of you pick this pile. You're not at that level yet. I feel like you are very close to all of this energy and to the source of things when you were younger. But again, something occurred, some sort of pressure, some sort of societal, family, whatever it may have been, kind of stopped you and disconnected you from your powers. And so this is all about reconnecting to that, becoming in union with yourself, with your spirits again, and really learning how to express yourself again, which is why that creative expression is coming out so much, because I feel like when you get into that state is when you're going to be really able to blend with spirits around you in a very healthy way, including your own inner spirit that has been kind of disconnected or kind of thrown into the closet, so to speak. So again, work on letting go of all the negative bullcrap that maybe you're holding on to. And it's funny because allow the wisdom to remain. You have a lot of cards here that are talking about that inner wisdom. You have a lot of it within you to connect with. And again, you literally have the lightning card with that power, and you have power coming up more than once here. So, and also the Sea Serpent is extremely powerful, being to come out in this particular card deck. So that is everything that I'm getting off this particular pile for you guys. So if this resonated, please do leave a like, comment down below. Definitely do feel free to subscribe, turn on the bell notification. And again, if you'd like to help support this channel, get more access to exclusive pick-a-cards, all kinds of other fun content, please do consider supporting my Patreon link down below. All right, for those of you who are attracted to pile 2 here with this particular sticker, we're going to go ahead and set her over here. We're going to go ahead and dive into your cards and see what kind of witch are you, what kind of abilities you might have. And again, as I mentioned I went back and mentioned it in the beginning of the video, I'm using witch it is a gender neutral term, so don't take it the wrong way. That's what I mean when I say that. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and look at some of your abilities, maybe get some information here about what your purpose is. And so we're going to start off with particularly one of your strong abilities that is coming out for you guys. Ooh, the cards are wanting to slide all over the place. We have flower power. So some of you, and it makes a lot of sense because you are attracted to this particular sticker here. So I did get the sense that maybe some of you are very much connected to the earth. Earth is one of your major elements. You might be also kind of a kitchen witch. You like to, I get the sense of really using your hands and using a very tactile sense of things. Also like taste, smells, like you're very, very much connected to those sensations and you feel a lot through those. You might be very interested in healing, cooking, or remedies, the power of plants and the natural world around you, the spirits that reside in trees and what powers that gives to different spell work. That might be a big emphasis here, and I think that's probably what this card is going to reference, but let's see. So, flower power. Flowers have a gentle way of touching our heart, our memories, and our soul. Their colors, shapes, fragrance, and beauty all provide hope and a sense of heartfelt inspiration. Flowers are capable of holding energy. Did you know that you can do a reading by holding a flower? It's important to experiment with different techniques when it comes to the development and the unfoldment of your spiritual abilities. Flower clairsentience is another form of psychometry, the practice of using items infused with someone's energy. But in this case, you're holding one of nature's beautiful living creatures instead of a watch or a ring or so on. Flowers are very sensitive and can easily absorb the energy of the person who has been holding them, enabling you to feel the energy that passed between two living things. Let's give this a try. Get a small group together. Tell everyone to bring a flower. Ask each person to take a few moments being totally still, infusing the flower with their energy. Everyone should then place their flower in a vase that you've placed in another room. You, the medium, must not know who brought which flower until the exercise is completed. Choose a flower and begin the reading. You may receive psychic information or a spirit loved one for the person. One single flower can act as a way to open the door to the spiritual realms. Wow, exactly. That's kind of what I was getting at. It's like, yeah, clairsentience might be a very strong ability for you guys. You might even want to do this specific practice. Again, you can really channel through the natural world around you. Again, literally like touching on, I feel like, especially with trees, because trees are so ancient, they're so powerful, they have very strong spirits around them. They might even have like a Dyrad or other fae-like being that might be calling it home. Really connecting to that energy and like, again, touching a tree and really feeling the energy coming from it. You can read a lot off that. I get the sense for a lot of you pick this particular pile. And again, also your ability to connect spiritually with other people through food. So also I feel like a lot of you, you might even really benefit from having a very close familiar, an animal familiar in particular. Also having plants within your space, starting a garden, all of these things are very, very important. Also, I get the sense that your natural body is very, very sensitive to what you consume. So be very mindful of what it is you eat and what you drink. Pay attention to labels. Pay attention to what affects you negatively and what affects you positively. You might need to go and try a very natural diet, very organic, or again, some of you might even be vegan, you might be vegetarian. Again, you might need to source meats dairy products from very ethical sources in particular. You might even want to get your own chickens or goats or cows or something to, get your own sort of dairy or protein sources. No judgment to anybody who chooses any kind of specific dietary needs. You do what is correct for your body, because not every diet, not everything is actually correct for anybody. Sorry to those who maybe preach, oh, vegan diet is always the best. Not for everybody, actually. Some people cannot thrive on just a vegan diet or just a vegetarian diet. Some people need more protein than others. It really just depends, and that's why it's so important. And it's also kind of a form of divination in a way of being able to read and connect to your own body and its own sensitivities. It's all dependent on that. So being very mindful of that. You might even have an ability, maybe even like Reiki or something, of like kind of sensing off other people where there maybe is an imbalance, maybe within their own diet, or just an imbalance in the body in general. So those are just a couple different things coming out already. So again, be mindful and be very, kind to everybody about what their choices are when it comes to, I feel like, diet, because I feel like some people can just get a little manic with that. Everybody has a correct way, but everybody should be mindful of what they're doing and what they're consuming, regardless of what it is. So your next card here is protection. Let me get this closer here so you can kind of see it. So protection. So this is my house, stained by the very blood flowing through its walls, covered in a veil of delicious prayers, yet deadly to those who dare to lift its hidden. So I definitely get the sense that a lot of you are very much protected. Again, your home and your space is a very sacred place for you. You're very sensitive to your environment. Kind of like some things that jump to mind were like chameleons, salamanders, frogs, like especially amphibians in general. They are very, very sensitive to their environment, and they take in a lot of information from their environment. I get the sense that there are some very specific spirit guides that are around you, protecting you, or ancestors that are really watching out for you and your space. You might be very sensitive to when they're around. So we also have here, we have the wolf with the instinct. You guys have a naturally strong instinct. You're very in tune, again, with, I feel like, what is happening around you, whether you realize it or not. The wolf might be a significant totem. We also have here relaxation. Stop your world from spinning by partaking in well-deserved moments of relaxation. So you guys, this is very important for you to recharge and to regroup, is to find your space of relaxation. And again, I feel like especially a spot outside in nature or connected to some sort of nature is what is most relaxing and most rejuvenating for you. We also have the hawk coming out for you. And again, we'll dive more into these particular cards after I lay them all out and kind of get my initial senses off things. Oh my God, it's so crazy what came out. You got the druid. Hold the space. So some of you particularly could be druid. You might do particularly druid practices. You might be very connected to that. Maybe that's in your family line as well. And look, he's standing outside. He's surrounded by greenery and plants, and he's very much connected to that natural world around him. And again, he's holding the space. He's holding the energy within that space. You guys also got the arrow with surround yourself with protective energy. That is so wild. You're literally getting protection coming up more than once here. So that's pretty significant. We also literally have spell here with manifestation. So writing out your manifestations, or again, a gratitude practice, writing little notes, writing on leaves. Those might be important practices for you, especially in connecting to your particular powers or your gifts, and kind of, again, creating that manifestation for you. We also have maybe one of your significant plants that you might want to grow or work more with is lavender for sleep. So some of you might be struggling with sleep, or again, you might really help other people with their sleep processes. Oh, wow. And you literally got spirit guide coming out here. Hawks might be very significant. I just get a strong sense of like the natural world is very much reaching out to you. That's also how your guides reach out to you. Let's see what else we have here. We also have, I love that these two cards came out together. We have beauty. I have a form which is divine. I allow what is within to shine. Exactly. Really appreciating and loving your own natural beauty. That might be why especially flowers are significant in that, because they are a huge symbol for beauty. And again, I feel like that's the importance of really paying attention to your body and how you treat it. Again, you want to love your body, but you want a healthy body as well. So again, look for the imbalances within you and correct them. Learn more about your personal nutrition, what works for you, what doesn't work for you, and make the healthiest choices. Make sure you're getting proper exercise, again, proper nutrition, all that. That's all part of what body positivity should be about. So, and you got another fantastic one. The mermaid is coming out for you guys with sensuality. Your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. So really connecting to that sensual aspect of yourself. That is majorly what this card is about, which also means it's very much about creativity as well. Especially creativity through your body and again through your space. Some of you, dancing might be a very good outlet for you in particular. Also just again connecting to your body, if you catch my drift, like understanding your own personal sensuality, how that's significant for you, regardless of again what your preferred sexual orientation or what you identify with. It's like that sexuality is also a double-edged coin, where it's sexuality and also creativity. So one or the other, whatever connects more for you personally. You know, if you're not a super sexual person, well, maybe you need to tap more into your creativity with this card coming out here. If you are more of a sexual person, you need to work more at expressing this, or if you are already expressing it, expressing more of your creativity through it. You know, it could be any kind of combination of things here, but the totem here is the mermaid. Very free-flowing, very adventurous, doesn't like to be, contained in any particular box. They're free-flowing. Exactly. So the mermaid is particularly coming out for you guys, so pay attention to her. But now let's go ahead and dive a little bit more into each one of these particular cards. We're going to start off with that protection card. And this is from a brand new deck that I recently got. It's a really cool deck. So the keywords here are safety and hidden. So again, you have a lot of hidden gifts or abilities, or maybe you've been hiding your interest in these things from those around you because you don't like prying eyes. I just saw 12, 12, 12. That might be significant. But it's saying many of us have had to search out our own safety since beginning our journeys as spiritual healers, students, and teachers. We've faced criticism for being witches, faced jealousy for being true to our paths, and had to withstand attacks from our own egos. But we rise and keep going through fearless determination. We know we have our spiritual team, our ancestors, guides, and angels to support us and keep us from harm. You are always protected, my dearest witch. No matter how scary the world may seem, or how many things go bump in the dark night of your soul, within you is a space that cannot be harmed, penetrated, or shaken. Here you can retreat to heal and find comfort. You need only step through the veil into the arms of those who love and care for you. If you've drawn the protection, know that all is well and you are safe. Your spiritual support team will protect you from harm. You are protected from hexes, evil eyes, danger, psychic attacks. You are even protected from the dangers of your earth-based ego. Know that you can handle anything. When you are feeling unsafe, speak to the powers that be. Ask them to guide you where you do not have eyes and keep you safe when you are in harm's way. They're always walking with you and are ready to provide you with additional support whenever you feel the need to ask. So again, you guys are highly protected. You have protection energy around you. Naturally, you've had a team of spirit guides, angels who are always been around you. You might have even had like really crazy close encounters, maybe near-death experiences that somehow you like scraped by, or like moments where you had a weird feeling about something and so you stepped away and sure enough, that saved your ass. Again, because that natural instinct comes in to protect you. I feel like right now your purpose is very much about holding your space and holding your purpose firmly, especially from, again, any sort of judgments or attacks from other people. It's also a time right now for you to kind of relax, because you might be very much stressed out by the other energies that are happening around you on a global scale, locally, within your family. And so it's kind of time for you to reconnect and maybe kind of go a little bit on a solo journey, I get the sense of here. So let's go ahead and actually talk about the wolf energy that I'm sort of sensing that from. So for you, because the wolf is an interesting figure, because the wolf can very much obviously work well within a team around others, but they can also be very solo creatures sometimes. So you have lost touch with your instinctual sensitivities. It is the result of cultural and or religious prescriptions dictating that anything wild and instinctual, that is so the mermaid as well, that energy coming through for you. Again, really working on embracing your natural beauty. Do a little bit of a glow up right now. That would be very beneficial for you. But anyway. Wild and instinctual is threatening and therefore has to be controlled or eliminated. Now is the time to overcome this limited mindset and tune in to these instinctual cues. Let the spirit of wolf be your teacher and call upon this benevolent being for help identifying what those specific cues are saying. Shed some of your inhibitions, with the only guideline being to do no harm. Experiment by getting out of the straitjacket of familiar societal norms and listening to the sensations in your gut that are trying to give you a message. It may be a warning or an urging to take action of some sort. Take some deep breaths and simply notice what your bodily sensations are telling you. Your mind will be the receiver of that information, and your body and mind can learn to work more closely with each other once again. Exactly. So some of you, like, I get the sense if you just want to be kind of like a wild child freak and you want to go walk barefoot, you want to go have a random picnic by yourself in the middle of a field, or you want to go dance underneath the moon or something, you want to go hug a tree, like any of these kind of instinctual things, or again, maybe even protectional instinctual things where it's like, I don't want to be around you right now, or I don't like this situation, regardless of what anybody else is saying that, oh, you're fine, this is a fine situation. Like, no, you're going to back out and you're going to stay home in your cozy pajamas. I don't know why Taurus in particular just jumped out to me, like, and also Cancer. Those might be significant signs for some of you, like this warmth and home, and like it's your safe space, and you really need to cultivate that safe space right now. I get the sense, you instinctually know what is best for you, and you can really also, I feel like when you tap into that wolf energy, for you guys in particular, like you can instinctually really read people. Like they might wear the nicest smile, they might seem all chipper and nice and whatever, but it's like deep down inside you're like looking at them. So maybe some of you are also Pisces, because Pisces are very good at this as well, and you're just like looking at them, you're like inherently deep in your gut, there's something wrong. Like there's something this person is hiding, there's something shady about this person, but you don't have any like physical proof of it, but it's just instinctually something isn't right. Trust that fucking feeling and lock your doors, especially your car doors. That just came out in my mind. Like, be very careful walking alone at night. I don't know why, but that just came through, so I'm gonna say it. But let's go ahead now and talk about the druid who is coming through. I definitely feel like the druid is a significant teacher for you guys as well. It might even, you have a specific spirit guide or ancestor who was a druid. Again, there's a lot of different, in different cultures, there's kind of very similar things that really like equal to the energy of the druid. So maybe it's specifically something cultural to you and your heritage that resonates with kind of the same energy of the druid, if it isn't specifically druid. But let's go ahead and talk more about him. So hold things together. Don't make any sudden moves or changes. Stand strong, knowing You are where you're supposed to be. There you go. You guys are following your right path, especially if you keep following your instincts. So when the Druid card appears in a reading, you're being guided to dig deep within and hold your station. If you're wondering what to do next or have a sense of anxiety about what is unfolding in your life, it's time to shift your perceptions and move back to a state of trust. Don't change your plans or do anything drastic. Just trust in the process and let everything happen as it needs to before taking any more steps. Think of a tree. It has strong roots, yet it continues to grow and bear fruit. Your life will be a reflection of this. It's so crazy. It literally is calling out tree. And that was something that I felt strongly earlier on in the reading. And then, of course, we have the arrow. So the arrow is saying, surround yourself with positive people and experiences and environments that make you feel safe. Call on your angels and guides and ancestors to bring you protection. Crazy. These are vastly different decks, and yet the same messages come up. Wild. If you are in a situation where you feel that not everything is clear as it seems, trust your intuition, trust that instinct. There are energies in your current situation that aren't fully aligned with your intentions and goals, your manifestations, or with kindness. Follow your intuition about whom to trust and what to trust. If you can take time to retreat or step out of this situation to assess what is going to be beneficial for you, do so. In any event, this is a time to call on the energy of protection and to place yourself in a space that feels safe. Exactly. That was totally coming out. It's so wild when that happens. So let's go ahead and talk about our spell card for you guys. Because again, this is talking about you have the Midas touch right now. Remember to use clarity when visualizing your desires. Use positive affirmations to ensure that outcome you wish for. Your spells are working. Study and follow the threefold law. So again, I feel like a lot of you are you're moving on the right path. Keep trusting that. Keep chugging along. You guys you're finding your purpose. You're focusing on that. And it's really going to bring a lot of positivity your way. So now we, of course, have lavender, which maybe is a favorite flower for you guys. And it's talking about, as a responsible magical practitioner, it's better to light candles instead of burning them at both ends. Late nights, parties, and work or home commitments have taken their toll on you, and the luggage under your eyes is proof of sleepless nights. So do yourself a favor and get an early night. My scent is blessed with properties to relieve you of insomnia and to induce deep sleep. Even though sleep is important for your well-being on all levels, you may need to call on me to lend you a helping hand in other ways. I have a soothing reputation as a natural aid to help you relax, unwind, and let go of stress. Place me under a pillow or dab a few drops of essential oil onto your temples before bed, and you will nod off in no time. Groggy mornings will soon be a thing of the past as you awaken refreshed and vigorous. Sweet dreams. Exactly. So this might be very much we literally have the relaxation card coming out for you guys along with lavender. So this is definitely something you need to really work on right now. Again, kind of regrouping your energy, stepping away from negative people, especially you're just focusing on you right now. Your path, your energy, holding your space. Beautiful. And of course, now we have these spirit guides coming out to say hello to you because they're very, very protective of you, one. And two, they very much care a lot about what it is you are trying to manifest. So you've never ever walked alone. For each step you take is guided by a helpful and protective watcher who resides in the spirit world. Spirit guides come in many forms, including deceased loved ones, animals, and mystical beings who bring to you many gifts and lessons and always have your best interests at heart. All you have to do is be willing to accept their presence and pay attention to their loving messages, which can come in many ways. You're being nudged to be a meditative and to go into deep commune with your spiritual guardians at this time in order to harness spiritual connection and esoteric understanding. Again, importance of meditation, relaxation, getting yourself into really healthy dream states, because I feel like they can definitely reach through in your dreams to give you messages. So additional meanings here are messages come to you through words and songs, conversations, and books. Again, the emphasis on that writing makes a lot of sense. So obviously, some of you could be very clairaudient as well. We have signs are all around you. Trust your visions. Leave out gifts of gratitude to seal your bond. So some of you maybe even want to try working maybe with the Fae, but again, don't be stupid about it. Be very mindful. Do your research before you start working with them, and especially like other nature spirits. But yeah, leaving out little beautiful offerings. Like again, I just keep going back to this sticker here. And it's like maybe you guys, you know, you do a really nice beauty routine for yourself, you get all nice and cozy, and then you go outside, you baked yourself and you made yourself a nice little smorgasbord of like some of your favorite natural fruits, and there goes my light. And it's like you leave a little bit of an offering of whatever it is that you made also to the nature spirits and to the little animals. You know, be mindful of what it is you are leaving out. You know, don't leave trash or anything like that. Obviously, make sure that you're leaving things that are going to be safe for things to snack on. Be mindful of that. Learn your plants and your animal things well. But lastly, we have the hawk coming through for you guys. So we're going to talk about it. And this is the element of air. So you guys might be maybe an air sign as well. Or again, the element of air might be something significant to you. You might hear voices on the air. I don't know why that came through, but the hawk here is about being watchful, all-seeing, messenger of divinity. So the sharp eyes of the hawk watch our every move. This keen-eyed bird has the ability to see every little detail as well as the bigger picture. When this card appears, fate has its eyes on you, and the winds are shifting. It is said that the hawk carries news upon its wings and is sent from divinity itself, from your spirit guides. The message should not be taken lightly. Though it may seem small or insignificant, it will eventually redirect your course. So when, oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. No, I'm not going to sneeze. Great. When in balance for you guys, the hawk is all about sees clearly and is intuitive, trusting your instinct and your intuition. When it's out of balance for you guys, sees too much and is suspicious. How to bring into balance is through perspective shift. So I feel like that's a big part of your process right now and your path right now is shifting your perspective on things. And that's why it's kind of like you have this energy of like coming within and regrouping into your safe space and getting relaxed, getting clear, kind of rebalancing things. And also obviously pay attention to the totem of the hawk. There might be hawks that fly around you a lot right now. You might even find hawk feathers outside your door, in your garden. You might hear their caw a lot. Be mindful of what is crossing your mind in those moments, all that kind of stuff. So that is everything that I'm getting for this particular reading. So if this resonated, please do leave a like, comment down below what you thought about this. And also please do feel free to check out my Patreon if you want more exclusive content, ad-free pick-a-cards, all kinds of fun stuff. That is all happening there, and also personal readings. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you all right, next time. For those of you who were attracted to pile 3 here with this particular sticker, we're going to go ahead and set her on over here. And we're going to jump into your cards and see what type of witch you are, maybe a bit about your purpose, and any other important information that's coming up. So the main card that I pulled here to kind of describe some of your main abilities, we actually got the Medium's Toolbox. So I get the sense here that a lot of you work very well using particular objects. Objects have power. So you might be somebody who works really well with you have a staff or you have a wand, something in which to channel energy through object wise. You might even be kind of like somebody who collects a lot of different things. Maybe something like charm casting, shell casting, anything where you're reading objects might be very beneficial for you. And that might be part of your power and your skills. So let's go ahead and get a little bit more into this. So as a medium, you have access to the most amazing set of tools, namely the medium's toolbox. Spirit accesses this resource by providing information, signs, symbols, and inspiration to enable you to be a more evidential medium. As the saying goes, spirit never wastes a thought. Your toolbox is continuously being loaded with the knowledge you acquire throughout your life, whether it's part of your education, life experience, or poignant life lessons. So, the more you continue to add to your toolbox, which is unique to you, the greater the references that spirit can use to help you validate and provide evidential messages in communication. For example, if you're a doctor or medical practitioner who's immersed your life in the study of medicine, it's more than likely your toolbox will be packed full of medicinal references. This allows the medium a unique opportunity to access medical evidence when working with a spirit. To keep your toolbox up to date, it's important to feed it with new information and experiences. Make time every day to add to it. Learn something new or experience something for the first time. It could be time to take up painting or start learning a new language. By becoming more aware of your surroundings and the people around you, you'll fill your toolbox with new impressions. You'll also find spirit will have a great wealth of information to access and enhance your communication. So clearly, this is definitely a big card here that you guys are a group, and this is part of your purpose, is to always be continually learning, to continually be adding more and more to your skills and more understanding to what your practice is as a witch. You might be somebody who very much has dabbled, you might actually eclectic. You might be very much like an eclectic witch where it's like very different styles, teachings, tools might, really inspire you for a time. You might be very much attracted to different cultural practices. You might learn a lot about them and learn how to incorporate that within your own specific witchy toolbox, so to speak. Your own personal experiences outside the spiritual, what you learned in school, the people you encounter, mementos that you collect along your travels, pieces of music that are significant to you, all of them you pack into this box. And through this, you learn how to create a new language for yourself. I get a strong sense that a lot of you who pick this pile, you might be very interested in doing divination yourself and really exploring other ways of doing divination, not just tarot, not just pendulum. Like, you want to explore all different types of divination and how it works for you, what does work for you. You're very explorative. You might have a lot of like ninth house placements or Sagittarian placements or Aquarius placements, I'm getting the sense of, because you really like to go out and you like to explore and you like the unconventional. And again, I get this sense that every object that you kind of acquire or you bring in has significance to you. Family heirlooms might be very significant for you. Things from your childhood, you might hold on to these different aspects. You might be very much a person who loves to scour the beach for shells or stones. When you go out hiking, you look for little things like acorns. Like you have this kind of, and I don't want this to sound negative, like pack rat kind of mentality, where it's like you like to collect these little things because it's like they have different significance to you. I can relate to this myself. Like, you guys might be very much like a group where you like to collect things. There's significant to the things you collect and things you learn from them and things you sense off this. And you're very much sensitive to other people's objects and other things around others. Like, when you step into somebody's house, you're very observant of what they have inside the house. What kind of books do they keep on their bookshelf? What kind of knickknacks are they putting around? What kind of art are they hanging? Like, how do they arrange their space? Because you're looking at this landscape and you're reading the person through what you're observing. Very observant group is what I'm getting here. And the things that really stand out to you are things that are not going to stand out to most people. I also get the sense of. So, again, I get the sense that some of you are very big into traveling. Your purpose has a lot to do with traveling or, again, study of other cultures or peoples. That might be very significant to you. So let's, oh my fucking God. Again, I don't know, like, you know, when I'm shuffling cards, sometimes I see what they are, sometimes I don't, just because of the nature of how I like to shuffle and what works for me. I did not fucking realize that this card was next and is in your group, guys, because of what I was saying. It's like, oh yeah, you guys might be like really into like divination or something like that. Oh my God. You literally got the divination card. Take a breath, take it twice. Insightful reflections and guided by light. I really feel like, you know, something that might be really resonate with you guys if you never tried it is something like charm casting. Again, I do that a bit every now and again here on my channel. And charm casting, I'm planning on doing probably a video for my Patreon diving more into my charm casting, how I do it, how I put meaning to things for one of my tiers. That's something I'm thinking about here in the future. But yeah, that might be a practice that might really resonate for you guys. But clearly, divination, you guys are so big into this. So we also have here lake with stillness. Finding that inner stillness is important. We have dreams. With dreams are an expression of collective experiences combined with messages from the spirit world. So you guys can do a lot of divination through your dreams. Again, there's significant meanings. You really should keep a dream journal because that will really help you to channel the messages that are coming through. Oh, you guys got 2 of these cards. You got quite a few additional cards. So we also have the cosmic egg. You're very much connected to the cosmic forces of the world. You might see the egg shape. You might be attracted to that shape. You might also be attracted to snakes. We also have here the rabbit. Keen insight, keen observation of your surroundings. You're very sensitive to that. We also have, oh wow, look at that. Even something pretty specific for you guys. We have the white witch. Be the light. So some of you very, very much resonate to being like a white witch. That might be literally the type that you are. Crazy, I was saying, oh, you might be seeing snakes a lot, or snakes might be very significant. You got the snake as well. Shed old skin. And from this particular deck, you also got, wow, you got the high priestess with harness mystic power. So you have the ability to become a high priestess yourself, or you might be very connected to Egypt. You might have had a past life there in particular. Let's see what else we have. We have ritual with invocation. So practicing different rituals, creating your own rituals and spells are really important. We also have the mandrake with impassive. Interesting. Very interesting. I wonder what that says. I've never really pulled that card. We also have here coming out for you forgiveness. And again, it looks like she's standing by a lake but with a waterfall. So there's something here about cleansing your energy. We'll get more into the meanings of these cards. And we have divine guidance. Whispers from the beings who shine. Let their messages be clear and kind. So you are very much tapping into the divine essence of things, obviously with the cosmic egg. You might have even, I'm just going to throw this out here, you might have had experiences that were like extraterrestrial in nature. You might have seen UFOs. You might have seen lights outside, like the Fae. You might be very connected to all those things. I'm getting the sense of like clairvoyance is definitely could be a big one for a lot of you who picked this pile. So let's go ahead and we're actually going to start off by diving into that forgiveness card here and see what it has to say. So with forgiveness, it is talking about it's time to set yourself free from hurt, anger, and betrayal and let go. Be kind, forgive yourself, and give yourself permission to be forgiven. Others may be reeling from your actions, or you could be a target of judgment, shaming, or disapproval. Soothe your wounded heart by radiating love out to those who have injured you. This is not giving them permission for bad behavior, but rather heals your hurts instead. Resentment is a prison door that harbors emotional distress. What happened? Just all of a sudden my camera just like completely cut out when I was in the middle of that. That's really weird. So where was I? Resentment is a prison door that harbors emotional distress, while forgiveness holds the key to freedom. So make peace with your pain as you release attachment to the situation and move on. Other meanings here are stop being the victim, tell someone if you're being bullied, seek peace of mind, look to the future and remain positive, forgive and forget. You've been let off the hook. And what I was about to say before I noticed my camera had stopped recording was that like that forgive and forget thing. As a Pisces, we are the type to forgive, but we never forget. And I feel like there is importance to that in some ways. It's like yes, you need to forgive, you need to move forwards, but there's also, I feel like, completely forgetting the past and forgetting what you've experienced or what you've gone through is not always the smartest option. This goes for like everything in life, including history. It's like you need to kind of remember the past a bit so that you don't end up repeating the same mistakes again or the same patterns. So there's a difference there between just forgetting and retaining the wisdom you gained from that experience. Okay, I feel like that should be a little bit reworded when it comes to this card, but that's just my personal opinion. But anyway, moving along here, let's go ahead and talk about the Mandrake, because I'm really interested on what this is, because talk about impassive, it's very interesting. I wonder, again, I've never pulled this particular card from this deck, so let's see what it has to say. Your expression says it all. Not much impresses you these days, does it? Your light, it has dimmed. And it's funny because you said we have the card here with the White Witch of Be the Light. So a lot of you need to brighten back up. You need to harness that light within. You need to express it out. So, however, all is not lost, for a new magic surrounds you when I appear. No other plant has been more associated with or respected by witches through the ages as I. A magical alliance was made between witches and the spirit of Mandragora, for my root has been used as a vessel for familiars to feed from. In return, I am fed with milk or wine under a full or dark moon. Be sure not to feed on me yourself, though, for I will cause delirium or even madness if ingested, much like my poisonous cousin Belladonna. Instead, use my powdered root wisely as a magical catalyst to empower amulets, spells, and fertility rituals. Interesting. Or to introduce visions or induce visions and free your spirit for a desired freedom of magical expression in waiting to be unearthed. Interesting. So, I find it significant that it's talking about particularly fertility rituals, and you literally have the ritual card here. So maybe some of you are working on creating more fertility within your abilities. Maybe that's part of your purpose here, is to bring more fertility not only to yourself but to others in your particular practice. And again, when I say fertility, and especially because we have the rabbit here, it might not just be like literal fertility, like getting somebody pregnant, but it could be fertility in the sense of ideas, creativity, abundance, any of these kind of things, spiritual fertility. So let's also talk about the ritual, since that is being emphasized here through the Mandrake as well. And so with the ritual card, it is talking about join a coven or ritual work in safety. Your connection with a deity is linked to past lives. So maybe some of you are strongly connected to a particular Egyptian deity. It could be Bastet in particular. She is very much connected to femininity, sexuality, the home, fertility, birth, women. She is protective. She's also extremely fierce as well. So she might be a significant totem for you guys. So honor the deities in all their forms through prayer, ritual, dance, chants, and offerings. Remember your protection. Dedicate an altar to your favorite deities. Literally, not only is this altar space a place for you to honor your deities and the deities that are wishing to come out and work with you in particular. Again, you don't want to force that process. You really want to be naturally, and co-creating with deities that call out to you as much as you call out to them. It's not about, I like the properties of these deities. Work with me and give me what I want. Like, no, you're going to get a lot of shit back and you're going to piss off some deities. Like anything. It's all about mutual respect and, what is the word I'm looking for? Consent. There we go. Consent between two working parties when you're working this magic. Both in all aspects of life. So yes, that is definitely coming out for you guys. And so let's all dive into actually the messages of the High Priestess, since she's coming out for you guys. Align with the light, be the light, and focus on all things positive. So you are a mystic with the capacity to connect with the energies that go beyond the human senses. Within you is a force of magic that is directed by your will. There is an opportunity for you to rise up, Kundalini awakening majorly here with all the snake energy. Let's see, rise up at this time, but it requires dedication and discipline. You are being guided to look at what you are working on or at the situation before you and determine where your priorities lie. If you're unable to figure that out, you must use your intuition and discernment to focus on what will bring you closer to your goal and the happiness of everyone involved. When this card arrives, it's also important for you to check in with your intuition, as it will give you guidance that will be important for your growth. Very interesting. And yeah, the Kundalini awakening might be something you guys really want to look into, read more about, learn about, especially for yourself and your own particular practice. I'm just getting the sense here that some of you, again, could be on the path of really starting your own kind of esoteric or magical business. Like a personal business or like a side hustle kind of thing where you're really tapping in and using your own natural gifts. You definitely want to be working in, I feel like writing down everything that you experience in your own book of shadows. You have a lot of wisdom, I feel like you can harness and you can impart through your own personal experiences. But again, it might be kind of later down in life where you become, you step into that high priestess energy and you really become that like master teacher for others. But I feel like you kind of are on that path. That's why you're gathering this toolbox. Like you're going to be somebody that a lot of people can go to, and it's like they literally will ask anything and you will have some sort of answers. You will know a direction to point others in, is what I'm getting here. But in order to get to that point, there's a lot of forgiveness and a lot of things that you need to clear out and shed through the process. So let's talk about the White Witch. So take the higher road and choose the light. Remove yourself from the lower energy experiences. I get the sense that some of you are really dealing with or have dealt with a lot of psychic vampires around you. So no matter what is happening around to you or around you, you have a choice. Choose not to be pulled into dramas, bickering, or energies that are just going to limit your joy. If you're surrounded by people who are hostile towards you or someone else, or you are in a negative situation, perhaps in your workplace, you're being invited to be the light. You're an incredible person who can really bring light. So how can you change the energy? How can you redirect the conversation to love? How can you protect yourself? How can you help the person that is being picked on? Or are you the one who is guilty of causing a drama? You will know the answer. Know also that you are being encouraged to shine the light you were born to share. And it's interesting because that forgiveness card also brought up, being bullied or potentially maybe even some of you have been a bullier. So again, there's a need to kind of move through that and address that energy. You know, it's very much this energy of, the saying of, what is it? How does it go exactly? Seeing evil and then doing nothing about it. Like that saying, it just makes, I know they say it in Mean Girls in particular. There's people who do evil things, and then there's people who see evil things being done and do nothing about it, which is equally just kind of as bad. So it's like, if you see something that you don't agree with or you don't like and you know it's wrong, you should speak up in that situation. But you don't need to do it in a way where it's like super competitive or super angry or nasty. You can do it in a way that is enlightened and is, wise, and being, again, that higher example is definitely coming through. So let's talk about the snake on that point. Cast off the old, reveal your true colors, talents, and gifts to the world. You guys are very, very talented, but again, it's part of your process of kind of learning how to properly reveal those talents. So the energy of renewal is washing over your life at this time. If for some reason you feel that your true self hasn't been recognized or you've been misread by others, know this energy is now leaving you. As you've been working through your old stories and all the self-limiting beliefs that you've accumulated along the way, you've been pulling away a shield of skin that has created limiting experiences. Your own personal commitment to growth has been recognized, and now the external world will begin to reflect all all of the work you've been doing within. If you feel someone you love has misunderstood you recently, they will be able to see beyond that if you're willing to recognize your own challenges. This is a time for renewal, abundance, and connection. Let yourself be reborn and celebrated. So, obviously, there's a big requirement here of you guys kind of addressing your own faults, your own shortcomings, your own weaknesses, so that you can be aware of them and so that you can work on them and you can integrate them properly. So with Lake and Stillness, it's talking about the tempo of life these days has sped up considerably, and there seems to be no end to the quickening pace. Immersed as we are in the technological whirlpool, there seems no escape. However, there is no need to be a prisoner to the hurry-up syndrome, nor is there a need to feel trapped by the awareness of the collective intensities that massive numbers of humans are experiencing these days. No matter if the noise is from your environment or your seemingly nonstop thinking, it is critical for you to seek stillness. Find it in your world, whether it's a special place in your home or a place in nature that is far from human-made noise. Of particular importance is finding it inside yourself, which can be made easier by being in a quiet place in a natural setting. Doing so not only relaxes your mind, but also heightens your awareness and senses. I feel like you guys are a type that can easily get swept up and caught in dramas. She said, he said, that kind of bickering and, stuff. And it's like you sometimes get sucked into those things because maybe you're trying to lend a helping hand, you're trying to smooth over, you're trying to always be this mediator between kind of warring factions. Very kind of Five of Swords, not Five of Swords, but yeah, kind of like Five of Swords and Five of Wands energy here. But it's like sometimes you just can't do that. Sometimes it's best to just stay the fuck out of it, especially for you guys. Like, I get the sense that maybe you give too much of your energy away to other people. You need to be very mindful of the groups and the people you surround yourself with, who you are allowing to kind of like into your toolbox, so to speak. Take that however you will. But anyway, let's go ahead and talk about divination, since that is like the biggest thing that came out for you guys for sure. So, let's see. So, let's get to it. So, divination here is wanting you to know. The keywords are guidance, reflection, and insight. So, cards, tea leaves, coffee, clouds, candlelight, flowers. There are dozens of ways to embrace the art of divination, a practice used to seek guidance from the divine and part of a witch's toolkit for centuries. That is crazy. Oh, wow. It's a beautiful practice that can help you see beyond what is immediately in front of you. It can show you hidden dangers and gifts, provide new ideas, and shut down old ones. Divination is a way to seek the advice of the powers that be while also showing hidden dangers and truths. If you uphold divination, you are being asked to explore your ability to receive guidance from the earth and the divine. Now it's time to go deeper into your practice. And you must learn to trust your own ability to feel your way into messages, as well as your ability to interpret them. This card also means there is a need to take more time to reflect. The lake is very reflective. It can be easy to get lost in the day-to-day without taking time to process everything you've been through. Something as simple as pulling a single card every day, either in the morning or evening, can help you make sense of the events around you. It can help you to see things that you overlooked or considered something that you would never have otherwise. Exactly. So that's really important, because I feel like a lot of you you're in high stress situations, or maybe you spend a lot on time on social media and technology, and it's like it could be so overwhelming because you are tapping into fucking everybody's energy, and sometimes it can just really hit you, and it can cause you to be physically sick. Like, that is why the lake and the stillness is so important, and why taking healthy breaks is also important. But yeah, I get the sense here that practice of like doing a little bit of daily divination for yourself can help with that grounding process for you. So lastly, we're going to talk about our animal cards here. We're going to start off with the rabbit, with that earth energy, because this is talking about afraid of everything, overwhelmed, and frozen. You guys might be dealing a lot with this energy. The rabbit loves to remind his friends that someday the eagle will swoop down and eat him. He talks and talks and talks about it, so loudly, in fact, that one day the eagle hears and thanks him for the great idea. Rabbit energy is alive when we are scared, most often about the future, and we become our own worst enemy. We spin up a dust cloud of fear and then complain to others that we are lost. Notice your thoughts and words, oh rabbit. They shape your destiny. So for you guys, you have a lot of ability through your speech and through your thought processes and how you harness your power. So again, do not be thinking negatively or in negative lights, because that stuff will manifest for you physically. So when the rabbit energy is in balance for you guys, you're sensitive, you're a problem solver, and you're a good listener. Maybe that's why you get caught up into dramas in particular, because it's like you're that person everybody can turn to, and like they dump all their shit on you. And you know, I get the sense that sometimes when it's like your turn to kind of like express something, there's nobody there. They don't want to hear it because maybe some people are just kind of using you as an emotional dumpster. Just gonna say it. But anyway, when the rabbit is out of balance for some of you, you over-explain and you talk fast. So how to bring this into balance is a day of silence. Wow, that is wild. And then, of course, we have the cosmic egg, the birth, the creation, the everything, the cosmic egg. I don't know, that just came to mind. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about that cosmic egg. It's about completion, harmony, and the infinite within the finite. So the cosmic egg is the final card in the Journey of the Animal Spirit deck, which is what this deck is. And it represents the unfolding of cosmic consciousness. This state emerges after we have tread the path for quite some time. And through self-effort and grace, we experience self-realization. A sense of contentment and oneness spontaneously arises within us. And the veils of our self-limiting beliefs are lifted. You've had that come up more than once. When the essence of the cosmic egg has not been activated, we may feel as if we will never get there, or that we travel alone, disconnected from others. Even if our encounter with this card is brief, appearing as a momentary glimmer or a flash of interconnectedness, its potent energy stays with us. The cosmic egg is a remedy for the fragmentation of modern life. It's through the power of this card that we are reminded of the cosmic contract written at the beginning. The beginning, we hold on to life and life holds on to us. The journey is complete, but it does not end. Exactly. I just saw 1818. So that might be significant for some of you. But yeah, I get the sense that you guys are a very modern group. Like, you are about modern technology. You're about modern life. You maybe live in a big city. Like, you like modern enjoyments and pleasures. But sometimes they become so overwhelming. And also, I feel like a lot of you, because it's come up more than once, you get stuck in limiting beliefs for yourself, because when things don't go right or you don't feel like you're getting the divine guidance that you need, you can become very self-critical and self-depreciating. And that is something you got to work out of, because it diminishes your natural light. It puts you into a dark space. Also, that brings up the issues and the importance of shadow work. You have to do your shadow work. Do not be afraid of shadow work. Learn more about what it means. Watch some pick a cards. I have a couple on my channel and stuff that have to do with what kind of shadow work you should be doing, what's coming up in your shadow work, what you need to address, because clearly there's just something here for you guys to address on your path here, so that you can, again, reach this higher light that you're meant to share and you're meant to bring forth. You guys hold on to maybe too much fear, fear of the future, again, fear of where humanity is going. Like, you're very much invested in these big kind of community-like issues, but sometimes you can get so wrapped up in others and community and society that you lose, I feel like, shape and essence of who you are. So again, it's like your purpose is all about going back within, and that's part of why divination is coming up so much for you. Because divination, at its core, yes, you can do divination clearly for others all day long, but really, divination goes back as a tool of self-reflection, especially the tarot. The tarot is very psychological, and it's very much about the psyche, especially your own personal psyche. You know, you don't have to always look at it in a way of like, ooh, mystical. Like, no, it can be a very practical reflection of yourself if you understand and you're open-minded to what the tarot can do. And I'm saying that in regards to a lot of other people, because some people, a tarot, fucking, those opinions that some people have because they don't understand what it is. And even some people who are really new to tarot and they get into it, I feel like there could be misunderstandings. Yes, the divination, tarot, it can predict things that happen in the future. It certainly can, but that's not its main purpose. Its main purpose is, again, is a tool of self-reflection to help you better understand yourself and your choices, and also teaching you that you have the power of choice and free will in everything you do, especially if you don't like a particular energy. So, getting off the soapbox here, but I don't know, I felt like that had to be said. But yes, that is everything I'm seeing in this particular group, in this particular pile. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it resonated. I hope you found some guidance through it. And of course, if you would like more content, more exclusive content, more pick-a-cards, artwork, all that fun stuff, definitely do feel free to check out my Patreon, because that is all happening over there. And I thank you so much for being here with me today, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, for those of you who are attracted here to pile 4 with this particular sticker, we're going to go ahead and jump into your reading and see, what type of witch are you, maybe what your abilities are, maybe hopefully get some information about what your purpose in this life is about. And so for kind of your main abilities that are coming through, we have Trance Dance and we have Replenish Your Energy. So you guys are definitely going to be a group where you need to replenish your energy quite often, because I feel like this group might have a lot of empaths within it, and so you give a lot of your energy to other people. Obviously, through the movement of your body, you can definitely channel a lot of different things. It's also a process for you to replenish your energy, I'm getting the sense of, but let's dive a little bit more into. So, Trance Dance. So, let's dance with spirit. Trance dance is an enchanting way to just play with the energy of spirit in a manner that's both fun and inspiring. There are no set, choreographed steps, just the rhythmical movement of you and spirit in perfect harmony. Trance dance can be an uplifting practice that can reduce stress and be a refreshing change from the more formal and traditional practices of mediumship. Moving as one will, immersed in the love and support of spirit, you'll feel your overall energy rise. When you couple breathing techniques with trance dance, it's possible to achieve higher levels of consciousness. This can be a wonderful healing practice. Begin by finding some space you can move around freely. Play inspirational music that moves your soul and raises your energy. Set the mood for your sacred space with your choice of lighting incense or candles. Close your eyes and breathe into your heart space, calling in the energy of spirit to join with you. Let your body sway naturally to the music. Just you and spirit in movement together. As you relax, surrender every part of your body to the flow of the music through your dancing. You'll feel awakened and energized. As you dance in the light of and love of spirit, dance as though no one is watching you, so you can reach the wondrous place of uninhibited freedom, inspiration, and healing, where your connections with spirit will thrive. So, I definitely get the sense that you guys are kind of a group of very much solo practice. I also feel like maybe some of you literally are dancers, and you channel kind of spirit and your aura in particular. I feel like you guys have a very strong aura that is very attracted. Other people find you very attractive, and sometimes they can't put their finger on why it is they're attracted to you or what draws them in about you, but it's definitely your energy around you and kind of the energy you can call in around you. So, especially when you're in movement, when you're in performance, some of you might be very much about performance, or again, maybe you've never danced in front of other people, but this is something that you can do in your personal life that's really going to uplift your energy, especially if, like, before you go into anything that you're nervous or you're unsure about. Do this little practice for yourself in private, and I feel like it will really empower you. So we also have the energy here of replenish your energies. So What this is about. As a medium, your work is about offering love, support, healing, and blessings from Spirit. It's an extraordinary relationship, but when Spirit sends you a sign to rest and rejuvenate, then it's time to take notice. Open your heart and receive Spirit's love. It's often said you cannot give from an empty well. While a life of service to Spirit is a beautiful calling, it can often leave you feeling tired and drained if you don't take proper care of your body, as well as your mind and spirit. So clearly, obviously, a lot of you who picked this pile, your purpose is very much about giving to others, literally, in this life. You're very much working with other people, maybe people who are in need. Again, you're giving a lot of your energy. So take heed of when you get messages about needing to regroup and properly care for yourself. By taking time out to fill your cup with love, energy, and vitality, you can maintain a healthier relationship with Spirit and improve the quality of your mediumship. The fact that you've chosen this card indicates that your body is telling you to rest. It needs time to rejuvenate and recharge your spiritual battery. You could spend the day reading a good book, being outdoors in nature, or just being with friends. Try to adopt a regular practice of yoga, meditation, body care, or a healing session that always remember to get a good night's rest. Make time to listen within and ask your soul what it needs. All of these self-care routines will benefit your overall well-being. Intuitively, you'll know when you're ready to return to work with this renewed energy, clarity of mind, and sense of purpose. So again, self-care. Self-care is a big one for you guys. It's important to your practice. So let's see what else we got here. Interesting. So we have grief. Grief came out. It is by a mere glimpse of nothingness hidden away deep within the chambers of your morning, in the red clovers birthing lost illusions. Very interesting. This is a brand new deck, so I'm very curious to see what this card has to really say to you guys. But maybe some of you have been dealing with grief. You've dealt with grief in the past. So maybe some of you, as far as your purpose goes, maybe you want to be like a grief counselor or a psychologist, or you're wanting to help those who have gone through very traumatic experiences. Especially because we also have love, compassion here. You guys are very much heart chakra people, witches in particular, and you really want to give that helping hand to others. Yeah, we have nurture. Nurturing your inner child supplies you with the innocent joy of living. So very much the importance of your inner child here, nurturing the inner child in others. We also have abundance. Harmonize your thinking with exactly what you desire to attract, and the universe will deliver. So again, your mental state is very important as well. You got two of these cards that wanted to come out, and we have octopus, and we have, let me move that in just a little bit more, octopus, and we have the lion coming out for you. Leo energy, water energy. We also have, wow, we have autumn with release the old and rest. Again, that emphasis on you guys needing to properly give yourself rest and time to rejuvenate. We also have literally Mother Earth coming out. Feel loved and comforted. So again, that love and compassion, that nurturing. You guys are you have this very motherly, regardless of, again, your gender, this mother-like energy. You can really tap into that energy. You want to be very healing and supportive for others. Yeah, wow, we got the Witch's Cottage with security. Security is also important to you. Oh, you guys got two of these cards. So we have Breathe with Eucalyptus. So yeah, work on that breath work on meditation, yoga, all that, anything that helps with your personal breath. And we have Mustard with Faith, having faith. And we have Confidence, Leo energy coming out there with the lion even more. And look at that. We have health. Mother Earth, sweet Mother Earth, bright. Bring to me your health and might. So obviously some of you, your abilities have a lot to do with helping to heal others. I get the sense of, especially when it comes to personal health, you might be very interested in alternative medicines, alternative practices for health, flexibility, breath work, diet, nutrition. Again, you're very much about this nurturing and healing of other people. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the lion and the octopus first here by diving more into these cards. And so We're going to start off with the octopus with the energy of water, which is about reaching, yearning, lacking boundaries and directions. So this is maybe some homework for you guys to work on. The octopus signifies a wonderful, perceptive mind paired with a lack of healthy boundaries. Unfortunately, this results in well-intended but messy relationships. Exactly. So obviously, a lot of you guys need to learn how to create healthier boundaries for yourself when you're dealing with other people. It totally makes sense. Because again, I feel like you're just so giving and you're so wanting to heal others and be connected like that, that sometimes, again, you lack the boundaries of how much you give. The octopus entwines itself into other people's business and shares their own without restraint. They believe that's what it means to be close. If you notice after spending time with someone that you feel drained or uneasy, the essence of octopus is at play. Begin to establish healthy boundaries. Be patient and firm. It may be a very old habit to change. Exactly. So when the octopus is in balance for you guys, it's about being interested, engaged, and very intelligent. I mean, octopuses are so incredibly intelligent. When out of balance, you're needy, clingy, and lacks courage. Holy shit, and you literally have the lion, you have confidence coming out. That is so fucking weird. All right, how to bring this into balance for you is space to oneself. Talk therapy. Therapy is coming up again. Again, you guys, that might be part of your purpose here, is to very much, maybe you need to explore therapy for yourself, or again, you're about doing therapy for others in any way or shape, form that resonates for you. So let's talk about the lion. Bumping up your confidence here. So, lion is about being patient, regal, a complete master. So the lion is a master of the fire element and the living mascot of self-transformation. A lion personality dedicates their life to personal and spiritual growth. This dedication inspires some and intimidates others. Therefore, the lion is respected by all, but known intimately by few. Some mistake the lion as hard to access or aloof, yet those with a keener eye know better. Lions are observant, stealthy, and precise in their words and actions. They do not waste energy or resources. This card reminds you that self-mastery is available to all, no matter where our quest begins. So you guys need to work more at your own self-mastery. So, when in balance, you're the epitome of peace and strength. When you're out of balance, you're withdrawn or too serious. How to bring into balance is through daily meditation and friendship. Did I read that for the octopus? I did, didn't I? Let me double check. Yes, I did. Okay, that's good. Okay, so let's jump into that grief card, because that's really standing out to me here. So that is card 20 here. Let's see what it's all about. So grief is about mourning and loss. So maybe some of you have been dealing with that. Grief is the uncomfortable dance between feeling everything and feeling nothing. It isn't exclusive to losing someone. Grief can manifest when you feel like a failure or when you have regret. It can appear when you feel overwhelmed or when you feel guilty. It can leave you feeling it all, then feeling nothing, or even feeling both at the same time. Likewise, we can be so lost in our grief that we forget to live. We mourn for things that have long since slipped through our fingers. We find ourselves in a sort of limbo, living half dead. This is what can happen when you spend too much time searching for and missing what you've lost and forgetting to be grateful for what's left behind. Pulling grief can mean you have a lack of satisfaction about where you are in life, what you have, or perhaps more appropriate, what you don't have. You're putting too much of your focus on what is missing and have cut off the rest of the world. There are still people and opportunities for you if you will only lift your head and take a look around. Life still goes on when you've suffered a loss. Mourn for the things you wanted and didn't get, or had and lost, but be sure to keep going. The universe never takes something away without giving you something to take its place. Exactly. So if like an opportunity, falls through, it's a sign from the universe that that wasn't meant for you, regardless of how much you believe it was. but it's also a sign that there's something much better for you around the corner. So again, it's all about taking something negative and seeing it as the positive. And again, having gratitude for what it is you already have. Even when you lose something or someone, you'll be grateful for the memories you share with that person, the time you had with them, and realize that you are still living for their memory, that you still have a purpose here, and that they would want to see you continue to thrive and to continue moving forward. It's not that you have to forget them. You can always remember them and honor them, but you have to also still honor yourself in this time, in this place, because you're still here. And they're, in their own way, are still around, because again, everything is energy, and energy just transforms and mutates and becomes something new. And energy always has a way of finding its way back to sources that are important to it, if that makes sense. So that is definitely coming out for you guys in particular here. So let's also go ahead and talk about that love and compassion in contrast. So with the love card, all wounds stem from the illusion of separation from source and all of creation. The route to healing this wound is through cultivating love and compassion for every being on this planet, including yourself. Not a bland standard of unquestioned acceptance, but a heartfelt sense of profound relatedness to whatever you perceive as apart from yourself. True compassion requires not only the feeling of warmth that emanates when you are in touch with your heart center, but in acts of kindness, even if this simply means being a fully attentive listener. Respect the fact that your heart is a giver, putting out electrical energy, and a receiver, drawing in magnetic energy. These energies are best sensed by attending to the steady flow of your breathing, eucalyptus, while also noticing your heart area. Righteousness, fear, anger, and judgment are some common ways to block your natural desire to love. Forgiveness is not only letting go of judgment, but also seeing through the illusion that you and all that is are separate. Look about you and inside of you and do your best to love whatever you see. Exactly. Total radical self-acceptance here. So on that note, let's go ahead and talk about Gaia and what she is wanting to tell you, aka Mother Earth. So allow yourself to be cherished. Mother Earth is protecting you with a shield of love and light. You may have felt overwhelmed or out of control emotionally recently, but you are now moving back to your natural center, and that will bring you to a place of clarity and openness. If you have felt ungrounded, know that Mother Earth is here to root you and help you regain your sense of strength. You may not feel like a child, but in the eyes of the divine, you are a child of light. And it's important you know that and feel loved. Again, tapping into that inner child. If you've had challenges with your mother or with being a mother yourself, know that the energies of mother healing are with you to help clear any ancestral blockages that are preventing you from making this sacred love connection. You are being guided to make choices that are based on love. And then, of course, we have autumn here. So autumn is always going to be a significant time period for you personally. Also, ravens in particular, or crows, might be significant. So release all of the pressure and expectation weighing you down. Shield it all so that you can recover before moving into a time of renewal. So you know what is heavy and what is holding you back. Is it a person, a situation, or a dream? Like the trees letting go of their leaves and fruit in the autumn, it's time to let it go. When you hold on, you try to control reality, and that never works. When you let go, you make space for the new to enter your life. You are being guided by your angels and nature herself to release whatever is stopping you from moving forward, and you can do this. So exactly, and that's part of why you have this trance dance coming through, because that's all about just releasing it. There's no choreographed steps. There's no specific rhythm you have to follow. It's just you and just flow. So we're going to go ahead and talk about your security with the Witch's Cottage, because maybe some of you have been feeling like you don't have that security. So with it here, Let others in instead of shutting them out. You are protected, supported, and safe. Trust in the divine outcome. Recognize your strengths and talents. Have a little bit more confidence, guys. A new home awaits. Rediscover your likes and dislikes. Don't try too hard to fit in, because that never works out. You got to always come from your true, authentic place. So we're also going to talk about our breathe and our faith here with the mustard and the eucalyptus. So with the eucalyptus, emotions have been stuffed down and feelings of being trapped and suffocated have restricted you. Allow me to bring you some welcome relief to cleanse you both spiritually and physically. It's time to breathe again. As I bring fresh energy to your situation and relieve you of mental exhaustion, my succulence and calming properties gift you with purity and stimulation. I will restore your clarity to your overactive mind. Inhale my strong minty scent to open up your airways and to enhance your creative pathways. Add a few drops of me to steam and breathe in my antibacterial and antiseptic curative properties, which are strong enough to relieve asthma and sinus congestion. I will also expel any residual energies as you cleanse your ritual tools with my oil and as you burn my leaf. I will escort all negative influences away. You guys need to do a massive cleansing so you can regain your breath and breathe again. Like just the sense of needing to again lift up this grief. And it's like going to be a total release off, like a weight lifted off your heart for sure. So with mustard, a lack of belief has stripped you of your confidence when it comes to performing magic. Holy shit. If you could believe what others already perceive as being very real indeed. Mistrust has led you blindly to the point you find yourself at now, and hope and expectations fail you. Allow me to instill a little faith in you with the power of just one seed, which, when used as an amulet, brings assurance and success. My pungent flavor transforms the blandest of dishes, for a little mustard can work a whole lot of magic. My white seeds are considered powerful guardians of protection from both physical and spiritual harm. Scattering my black seeds will disrupt the actions of those who are vexatious. Time to trust in both the seen and unseen, betwixt and between, as your faith in the old ways returns. Wow, there you guys go. And lastly, on that note, we're going to talk about this confidence card, because that is a huge emphasis for you guys, is you got to gain your confidence again. So, a lack of confidence is blocking you from living your life to the full. It's about time you trusted in your own gifts and abilities, for self-doubt seems to be running the show. You already know the answers and you understand what's best for you and best for all, yet you still keep quiet and seek out the opinion of others. It's time to trust and believe in yourself. Daily positive affirmations will increase your feelings of self-assurance, and in turn, an appreciation for your unique qualities will increase. As new confidence shines forth, you're more readily available to share with the world everything you have to offer with strong conviction. Exactly. So additional meanings here are: release all that's knocked your confidence. Say positive affirmations daily. Put yourself out there. Stop comparing yourself to others. Turn away from your inner critic. You can do it. Exactly. The universe here is wanting to be your biggest cheerleader ever, and you gotta fucking step up and embrace that energy for yourself. Again, let your wiggles out with that trance state, replenish your energy, release the guilt, grief, whatever it may be. Get back on a healthy regimen for yourself and harness and learn those proper boundaries so that you can give your all to others and really help, because I feel like through the process of healing yourself, you're going to learn how to greatly heal others as well, and that's part of your purpose. So that is everything I'm seeing here for this particular pile. So if this resonated, please do leave a like, comment down below. And if you'd like to help to support this channel and its continued growth and get access to more fun content, personal readings, pick-a-cards, artwork, all of that will be available through my Patreon. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. For those of you who are attracted to pile 5 here with this particular sticker, We're going to go ahead and set that right over there. And then we're going to dive into your cards and see what type of witch you are, maybe what, your life's purpose here with this kind of energy is doing. And so we're going to start off with the cards that I pulled kind of in relations to what maybe your main kind of abilities are. And so we have thought power and we have sitting in the power. Very interesting. So clearly the way that you think, your self-talk, the images you see in your mind very much affect what it is that manifests around you. You also could be very telepathic. You can really pick up on the thoughts and the feelings of other people, what is going through, kind of doing mind melding here as well. Obviously, when you sit in a meditative state, you can really draw up power. You can unlock your heart chakra and you can really feel the energy that is coming in around you. But let's go ahead and dive a little bit deeper. So thought power. The power of thought has literally no limitations. Parents and their children, husbands and wives, and longtime partners are known to finish each other's sentences or utter identical words at the same exact time. We laugh when this happens, pulling it down to coincidence. But could it be something more? How can we explain when family members just know when something's wrong with one another? Why is it that people simply think of someone they haven't seen in a long time only to run into them later that day? One can't just put this down to luck or fate. It's actually what's known as telepathy, the ability to send and receive messages and information through the mind without the use of one's physical senses. Typically, most mediums communicate with the spirit world using telepathy, which is a form of mental mediumship. The energy of thought is a spiritual power, and this ability is fueled by the power of love. To strengthen your telepathic ability, you can ask a friend to help you with the following exercise. Have them choose a photo, a number, or a color, or an image from another room or location. Then have them send you mentally what they chose. Just relax and be open and receptive. Give off exactly what you receive. It sounds simple, but the more you practice, the stronger your communication with the spirit world can become. Exactly. So the power of communication, telepathy, these might all come up for you guys in particular. And then we have sitting in the power. So, when learning to connect with the other side, it's essential that you make time to get to know your own spirit. If you've randomly pulled this card, then Spirit is calling you to take time now and to sit in your own power. It's time for you to consciously focus on your own inner light and tap into the unlimited spiritual power within you. Take a moment to close your eyes and imagine you're slowly and gently breathing in light. Allow that light to fill your physical body, letting it expand your own energy and aura. Continue to breathe in this simple manner, allowing some time to sit and be in the expansion of your own loving light. Keep it simple in the beginning as you develop this technique, allowing time to get comfortable with this practice. Notice whether you feel energy in certain areas of your bodies or chakras. Do you see images in your mind? Excuse me one sec. Oh, all right. Let's see. Do you feel energy in certain areas of your body or chakra? Do you see images in your mind? Do you hear sounds or music? Moments of profound silence can be expected and are quite normal. By devoting time to this breathing meditation, it will help expand your awareness and allow your psychic and mediumistic abilities to grow and flourish. It will also help revitalize your body, mind, and soul, bringing you to a place of balance and harmony. Once you learn to tap into your own spirit and power, you can access it anytime you wish. So there's your practice. I feel like you guys potentially pick this pile. You have other abilities that you can definitely tap into and utilize, but it's going to take time and practice, and again, sitting in your own power to really manifest those. So let's see what else we have here for you. So we also got the card of rebirth. So there's death in all that awakens, for it isn't blissful nor painless. It's a mighty rising, O flames resurrected. So clearly, a lot of you right now, and you're going to go through this throughout your whole entire life, you're going to go through lots of profound moments of rebirth. regeneration. You know, you're going to go through kind of like the death card energy of rebirth, releasing the old, reawakening again, and you're going to do this through many, many cycles. You are constantly shifting through various cycles. So do not be afraid of these transformations or be resistant to them. Oh, wow. And that's really crazy that I'm saying that, because we have fog with veiled. So the veiled world, the other side, you might be very much able to pick up on spirits that have already crossed over that energy before it goes on to, what is the word I'm looking for? Reincarnate. You might pick up on that energy quite a bit. And it's funny because we have the ego with communion. So connecting really heavily to that other side, to that spirit world. They're coming through to connect and speak with you. And we also have wish. So a wish motivates the heart's desire, keeping hope and faith alive. So I feel like when you guys set your mind to something truly and fully, and you like set heavy intentions, you wish upon a star kind of thing, it's like you can make your wishes manifest by the power of your mind and your focus. You guys also got the snake, which really goes hand in hand with that rebirth energy, that Scorpio energy, in that, you know, you shed old skin. You're constantly going through shifting cycles in life and constantly shedding your skin and becoming anew through every stage that you go through. And then we have Traveler with move in a new direction. So clearly for a lot of you, right now is a time of, again, this rebirth, and it's requiring you to move in a new direction. You do some of your best work when you're in movement. Traveling might be very significant for a lot of you. Again, you might have a lot of ninth house placements, possibly. You might be dealing a lot with foreign people or foreign cultures. And traveling light is a big part of it. Like, you have everything necessary within you and around you. You could also be very good at astral projection. That may be a part of when you get into that practice of sitting in your power. You start to get so good at that you can actually physically leave the physical body that you're in and kind of go and move around outside of that. Especially because we also have the element of air here with imagination. You guys have a very good imagination. And again, powerful mind, powerful communication abilities. We also have the lemon with bitterness. We also have blessings coming through to you. So we have the full moon energy as well featured here. So working with the full moon is also very significant. Working with dreams, because we have dream sweet, sleep deep. Sleep that's deep and lasts till morn. Wondrous dreams of days reborn. Are you kidding me here? So yeah, your sleep cycles are very, very important as well. Make sure that you're keeping a dream journal. You're paying attention to the things that come into your mind randomly. Channeling, automatic writing. Like, everything is centered around this element of the mind and communication for you guys, for sure. So let's go ahead and jump into that rebirth card here. Get more into its message for you all. So it's about awakening and resurrection. So rebirth represents an awakening after a difficult period. We all must face our storms, but know the storm will pass. Eventually, you will find clear skies and feel the warm sun on your face again. Rebirth is the process of unfolding yourself after a storm. It's when your spirit has a chance to take a deep breath and stretch. It's about rediscovery. All that troubled you has burned away, and now you can face a new life that is awaiting to bless you with new adventures and lessons. You have pulled rebirth because you are on the cusp of a transformation. You've weathered the storm and you are being given another chance to accomplishing your heart's desire, a blank canvas. What will you create with it? If you have felt withdrawn, hidden, or shut off, now is the time to emerge back into the world. Your healing is done and you must begin the process of starting anew. Don't hide your light. Don't be afraid to let yourself be seen. Your lessons have given you experience that can help you contribute something positive and beautiful to the collective consciousness. Trust that all is safe and well. So exactly. And a lot of times these transformations and stuff are definitely not always comfortable. They're not always nice, but it's necessary to go through with it. It's funny because I'm seeing a lot of yellow and like green. We have a lot of black showing up here. So again, make sure you're doing your shadow work and definitely be working on that personal power here as well. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the fog and the eagle next. So we're going to start off with the fog. Let's see. Actually, we're going to start off with eagle. So whenever you experience a heartfelt communion with some physical expression of life, plant, animal, human, or anything else, it is only then that you can truly feel how your life force is similar to the life force of that is all around you. It's only a matter of the differences in form. All essence is articulated in the physical world in a multitude of ways. That is the same in everything and everyone, although it manifests in various shapes and characteristics. This essence is spirit emanating from the core of all things. Communion with nature is essential for you now. Take some time to do an open-eyed meditation with any nearby animal or plant. Relax your body as much as possible, breathe consciously, and keep your attention on the life form you are communing with. After a few moments, you'll notice a sense of the boundaries dissolving, a melding of the I and thou. You may even receive messages or impressions as you find yourself in the flow of unspoken communication. That is the telepathy. Literally, that is like a practice of becoming in telepathy with something. And it's literally talking about an open-eyed meditation, which is sitting in the power as well. It goes right back to that as well. That is so wild. So now we're going to talk about the fog, which is saying you are enmeshed in confusion and uncertainty and are unsure if it will ever clear up. This is not the best time to make decisions, particularly any major ones. Know that this fog veil will eventually dissolve. Although there may be ways you are unconsciously contributing to this state, the greater truth is that it simply is a cycle you're moving through. And like all things, this too shall pass. Allow yourself to feel confused. In fact, decide to be confused. No matter what attempts you make right now to make things happen or move in any specific direction out of impatience or frustration, you risk only creating more confusion and uncertainty. So be still and patient. Wait for the first glimmer of awareness to lift the veil so that you can see the choices before you more clearly and can then choose to align yourself with the will of spirit. So obviously, you're getting a message here of like this cycle that you're in, especially if you're feeling this confusion and frustration. You're meant to be in this cycle right now for a reason. So just let go and kind of just be in it. Just accept it as it is because it will naturally find its rhythm out because that's just how the cycles work. That's how the Wheel of Fortune works. It goes up and then it goes down and guess what? It comes right back up around. So trust that cycle. Which, on that note, let's talk about the snake. And this is earth energy for you guys. So, guardian of unawakened magic and creative potential. That is what is, coming through to you in this new rebirth process. The snake is a symbol of our highest potential. It is said that the Shakti, our creative life force, lies dormant at the base of our spine. We're talking about the Kundalini rising and awakening here. In the form of a coiled snake. Regardless of whether this image rings true for you, it's well worth considering the amount of unawakened or untapped potential within. What would life look like if you woke it up? How can you stir it from slumber? An experienced yoga or meditation teacher can lead the way. Make haste. The snake card appears when there's no more time to waste. So when this is in balance for you, you're prosperous, you're creative, and you're charismatic. When it's out of balance, starts and stops many things. So how to bring into balance? Kundalini yoga and meditation, literally. And you have that card here. You have to sit in your power and you got to feel where this coiled snake is within you and work on rising it up to rise into your highest potential. And that is how you're going to lift the veil here to find your potential again. It might have to be part of that, why the lemon is coming through here, because you're trying to remove some maybe of the bitterness that maybe you're holding from disappointments, again, frustrations, that things aren't moving the way you want, wishes aren't being granted in the way you expect them to be. So let's talk about it. So, an acid tongue and sharp defense could leave you feeling sour. Time to suck it up. As emotional hurts or righteous anger start to grow, invite my purifying juice to cleanse away any resentment, or add a few drops to a bath and perform a cleansing ritual as you heal from the bitterness of late. In magical work, I am aligned with the moon, Jesus Christ, and the element of water, and I have been honored since ancient times for my purifying qualities. But beware, for I am a powerful medium in dark arts and can be used to harm, for I am powerfully effective in activating cursing spells. However, as a formidable protector, I also absorb the lower energies that rancor attracts and can boost your spell's power as you become mindful of your intentions and continue your magical work consciously with harm to none. So again, be very mindful, again, the power of your mind and the power of your intentions and your wishes. Because again, I feel like what you wish for can come to pass. But be aware that what you wish for can come with a price. Everything comes with a price. So if you're wishing something bad, just be prepared for that energy to come bouncing back at you. So just be aware of that. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about the energy of air, which again, sorry, my throat. Anyway, can definitely bring back things towards you. So, work with the element of air to still the mind. Meditate daily. Start a new project. Trust your second sight. Write, paint, or draw. Get outside, hear the wind, take long walks, or skydive. Exactly. So, this is all about, really releasing your doubts, being able to see clearly again. Your imagination is the gateway to real magic that beckons a world you've been longing to discover. You really have to call in this energy. This is also, oh my God, I'm going to read this because I was like, oh, I see a lot of yellow here. So call upon the spirits of air to enhance your creativity and meditation abilities and to stimulate your mind as you light incense, a yellow candle, and face the direction of east. This is a great time for fertility as air blows you in the direction of new beginnings. So throw caution to the wind and watch your visions manifest into reality, your wishes. Exactly. Maybe even something like, collecting the dandelion puffs, blowing a wish on that, facing east. I always encourage everybody to create and make your own spells, your own invocations, all of that, because it holds more power, because it's personal to you. So, but obviously you guys need to work with the color of yellow and the direction of east. So on that note, let's talk about the Traveler, because clearly that is pretty significant to where it is you guys need to move and where you need to work towards. So, with the Traveler, welcome any opportunities to travel either in the outer world or in your inner world. So, the road you are on may be the road less traveled, but this journey is going to be highly beneficial for your emotional and spiritual growth. If it isn't about covering outer distance, it's about covering distance within, and you'll be evolving every single moment of it. Remember to keep things simple, to lighten your load, because that will make your journey more enjoyable. And I was talking about traveling light. You're also being encouraged to see how far you've come and how you've really grown as a person, because this recognition will support you in going even further. And there's a good chance that along the way, you'll make new friends who will become companions for a lifetime. Wow, that's pretty significant. So lastly, let's talk about the Blessings card. Because again, that goes very much hand in hand, I feel like, with the Wish card. So, when you desire someone else to experience the world through the sacred eyes of sanctity, honor, and gratitude, then you offer them a great blessing. This is a wonderful way to work with the pure energies of the universe and to attract a cornucopia of abundance in your life. Remember that everything you send out comes back to you threefold. So open yourself up to receive great blessings from your guides, angels, and great masters. As you say prayers for the world, dedicate candles, partake in yoga, read spiritual books, chant, and burn incense, as you raise your vibration and truly light up your life and ultimately the world. That's really crazy because I was literally talking about be careful what you send out because it will come back to you. And you literally have that coming up here with the blessing card. So some additional meanings here are count your blessings, give thanks for all the good in your life, the approval you seek is given, a dream comes true, a kind act brings great blessings. Wow. So that is definitely what's coming through for you guys. Again, the power of your mind is something very significant here. You're going to go through a lot of different ups and downs, a lot of rebirth, resurrection kind of experiences, awakenings. Keep moving. Movement is really good for you. And again, learning how to better commune with everything around you, because that helps to lift the confusion for sure. So that is everything I'm seeing here for your guys' pile. So if this resonated, please do drop a like, comment down below, subscribe if you want more. And, if you would like more exclusive content, see artwork, pick a cards, ad-free, personal readings, all of that is going to be available through my Patreon. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, for those of you who are attracted to the sixth and final pile here with this particular sticker, I'm going to go ahead and set that right over there. We're going to go ahead and dive into your cards and see what type of witch you are, what your purpose in this life might be, and we're going to see, starting off, what your major kind of ability is. And what we have here is clairsentience. You're very sensitive. You can sense stuff. You have a lot of gut feelings. Listen to them, because again, these sensations that come over you are hits from your intuition or spirits coming through. So let's talk a little bit more about it. So clairsentience is the most natural of all the psychic senses. It's the ability to sense the emotions or feelings of other people, animals, and your surroundings, as well as spirit people. Don't underestimate the power of clairsentience. It can assist you in all areas of your life and enhance your connection with spirit. Our bodies act as one big psychic antenna. When meeting someone for the first time, most of us have a gut response. Or when walking into a room, it's possible to feel vibrations. When a medium is working and using their ability of clairsentience, they're able to feel or sense the spirit's energy, whether it's male, female, young, or old, and the nature of the illness that might have taken the spirit to the other side. The medium should be able to describe the spirit's personality and their mannerisms, and in some cases take on the characteristics of the spirit. This is the most common way most mediums work, and there's no limits to what the spirit can make the medium sense. Clairsentience is felt through the solar plexus center. You can strengthen this ability by practicing daily. Focus on your solar plexus center and ask yourself what you're feeling. Be sure to do this when meeting someone new or making an important decision. When you start asking how you're feeling, tuning into your solar plexus and paying attention, this psychic ability will strengthen and grow. Exactly. So your solar plexus chakra, potentially it could be very weak right now, or it could be very strong. It just depends on where you are in your sort of development of this power. But clairsentience is clearly extremely important to you, and so you need to work on that ability and that center, because it can aid you a lot. So next up, we have gut journey. So daughters of our mother, walkers of the unknown, take with you on this journey all that you own. So obviously a lot of you are going through a massive journey right now. You are on your soul's path, or you are on your soul's path. You're headed down it. Even if you feel like you're lost right now, again, trust in your sensations and what you feel through your gut, because you might be dealing with, I'm getting the sense of like, there's a lot of forks in the road. There's a lot of different, what you perceive as many different paths that you can go on, but really there's only one path, and it's whatever one you pick to go down. Nothing is a wrong decision as long as you're making it with your heart and with your senses. We also have here, interesting, we got the stone people with vigilance. We also have Imagination coming out here for you guys. Imagination intrigues the soul and illuminates the heart. We also have the camel coming out for you guys. And we also have the stag with trust and thrive. Being your own leader, taking charge. Yeah, definitely a lot of leadership abilities. We also have the Book of Shadows with secrets. Be mindful of who you tell your business to and how you tell it. Definitely be keeping your own Book of Shadows to take note of everything that you experience, especially as you go through these practices with clairsentience in particular. I also feel like the spiral is a significant symbol for you guys in its many different forms. We also have here the apple with forbidden. So there might be something that you feel like you're forbidden from doing, a journey maybe that you don't feel like you've been allowed to take. But here's the importance, freedom. You have to claim your freedom. Part of your purpose here is to move beyond this idea of forbiddenness or untouchability or something and allow yourself to be free and unlock yourself and your own abilities and what you want to head towards, because you got success right around the corner. Success that's true belongs to me. Success with honor, integrity. You have to always hold on to your personal integrity. It's extremely important for you guys. So we're going to go ahead and dive into these particular cards a little bit more. And we're going to start off with that freedom card. So with the freedom card comes a message of your power is external, and yet you're held down by the heaviness of burdens tied by emotional commitment. Somebody fears your power, having recognized your full potential on all levels, and has led you to buy into false doubt, worry, and insecurity. Restriction and control has dimmed your spirit and suffocated the expression of your soul. It's time to fly the nest and release yourself from those who have clipped your wings. Each of us have been gifted with free will, so rise freely above anything that's enslaved and imprisoned you, and allow your loaded mind to be liberated as your heart and soul soar to new heights. You might be seeing a lot of dragonflies in particular. You know, the red string of fate is something that might also resonate very much to you. And so some additional meanings here are step into your authenticity, step into your power, into your leadership, being in control of your own shit, definitely with the stag. Trust your intuition and go with what feels right. Go with what feels right, especially in your gut. Exercise your freedom of speech. Release judgment of yourself and others. Your destiny awaits. Like the journey is there waiting for you guys. You just have to take up and again, release yourself and go forward without any fear and without any hesitation. So on that note, let's talk about our stag here, which is talking about come alive and thrive. Stand in your light and glory with grace and majesty. So you have an opportunity to thrive. Trust in all that you have to offer, all of your gifts, strengths, and power, and make the most of it. You are born to lead, and this can only become reality when you're willing to put yourself in that position. Stag energy allows you to feel safe because the antlers keep away anything that could interfere with your intelligence and presence, and their strength gives you the power to be agile in your thinking. You are being encouraged to retain your dignity and be proud of who you are and all that you've accomplished. This in turn will give you even more power to thrive onwards and upwards. So I'm definitely getting the sense here of, like, again, not taking a backseat to your life and not thinking that you're a minor character. You are the main character of your story. So act like it. Be the hero of your own story. You forge the path forward. Nobody else does it for you. And definitely don't let anybody try to take control of the reins when you are the stag. You have the horns. I definitely feel like you can very much connect with the higher sense of things. So let's go ahead and talk about that Book of Shadows next, because that's an interesting one. So with the Book of Shadows, it's talking about play your cards close to your chest. Someone wishes to claim your ideas as their own. And we have that imagination card. So yeah, you guys have amazing imagination and ideas. So when you have these ideas, when you have these desires, and you want to start these projects, and you want to be a leader, and you want to take charge of these things, be very, 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 very fucking mindful about who you tell your ideas to, because there could definitely be some shady people here who are wanting to keep you caged, because again, they see your full potential and they want to take advantage of it. They want to take your success. So again, make sure that you're properly protecting yourself and trust those gut reactions. If something doesn't feel right, then something isn't right. Don't second guess yourself. So someone wishes to claim your ideas as their own. Be a trustworthy friend. Document your ideas, spells, and recipes in your book of shadows. Trust in it. Because again, you are the wise one. You have the wisdom. There's a reason why these ideas are coming to you, because you have this leadership ability within you. So let's also talk about the apple with forbidden. So with the apple, why is it that whenever you are prohibited from doing or having something, you covet it all the more? That piece of cake or glass of wine you have denied calls out to you. Since the story of Adam and Eve, I have been blamed for revealing that which was shrouded. I am the forbidden fruit, but not because I'm bad for you. Oh no, it's because I unveiled that which is hidden. When you slice me in half, my 5 seeds reveal a star, the pentagram. I invite you to bite through my ripe skin to taste my sweet flesh, for I am the fruit of the tree of life, who holds the knowledge of all that humankind seeks. However, you would be wise to remember that some things are forbidden in order to keep you from harm. So I feel like some of you, specifically, there might be a secret that comes out, maybe about something or someone. Also, working with apple cider vinegar might be very beneficial in some spell work. Also, obviously, working with apples in general are very powerful, and they have many, many different purposes and abilities and properties. So learning more about the apple in particular, there might be even an apple tree close by you. Again, it might be a type of tree, a type of plant that you really want to work closely with, because it really resonates with you. Because I feel like you are the apple and everybody else wants to take a bite out of you. So let's also talk about the camel here, which is the element of fire. So surprisingly. So it's about resourceful, independent, knows one's self. So the camel can handle absolutely anything, as it carries a wealth of nourishment within. This wondrous creature is self-reliant and handles challenge with ease, even in the face of excess heat, judgment, or anger. The camel searches inside for the cool elixir of water to calm the situation. The camel represents the ultimate form of bringing opposites into balance, fire and water. So you guys need to work on bringing your own opposites into balance, your masculine and your feminine. And being responsible for one's own reactions. So the camel is a wonderful traveler and is especially fond of trips to faraway lands. So when in balance for you guys, it's about calm, content, and sparkle in the eye. When out of balance, dehydrated and lacks vitality. How to bring into balance for you guys is to go on a pilgrimage. You are being called to take some kind of journey, and you need to take it soon, is what I'm getting here. But again, you need to be vigilant, because again, I feel like there's people here who are trying to fuck with you. So that's why it's so important that you trust your senses. So, on that note, let's talk about the stone people, because that's a really interesting card. I'm not sure if I've ever really pulled this card from this particular deck before. So, let's see what the stone people have to say to you. So, with it, it's talking about remain vigilant at this time, but not out of fear. Vigilant simply means opening up your mind and senses to information as it is presented to you through your eyes, ears, physical sensations, and detached thoughts. It is especially true in 2 main areas. First, follow any gut feelings that tell you to be wary about someone or something. Jesus Christ, this is coming up so much for you guys. Second, pay close attention to an important opportunity that presents itself. one that may enhance your life and the lives of others. Maintain your vigilance of the clues around you and inside of you. Assess what is emanating from your body and then sort out any conditioned responses from what is purely instinctual. Examine the situation with heart, intuition, and mind in harmony, for this is how vigilance serves you. Detach, take a breath, and stand tall in your stature. Wow. And lastly, we're going to talk about that journey, because that's what all of this is really referencing for you guys. So, with this card, it is card 24. And this is about discovery, lessons, and your purpose. Finding your purpose in life is a lot like waiting for Christmas. You have to walk your path and trust in the gifts that wait for you. All will be revealed when the time is right. If you have drawn the journey card, it is because you need to trust your process. You cannot skip past the lessons, trials, triumphs, or hardships that you face. Each step is an important milestone. It can be hard to see the sun when clouds surround you, but know, dear one, that your journey but know, dear one, that your journey is as it needs to be. Discovery comes when you back it is to the wall and you have to find a way to leap from danger. So, failures and mistakes are investments you make in yourself. They cost you now, but will save you more than you can imagine over the long journey ahead. Each day holds gifts, lessons, and miracles. So find one life lesson each day. It's about being mindful, focusing on the present. Mindfulness helps you to become aware of the subtle ways the Great Spirit speaks to you. If you're looking ahead, you will miss the cues. And it's so crazy because that is on page 111. So 111 might be very significant for a lot of you who picked this particular pile as well. I feel like carrying a star with you is also a very good practice. Maybe carrying apple seeds with you, like in an amulet of some sort. Again, obviously be keeping your book of shadows, write down all of your ideas. And again, you can make anything into your book of shadows. Doesn't matter. Just it's like when you get these hits, these intuitive ideas, make sure you're writing it down for certain. Again, make sure you're working on balancing your different polarities because that's a big part of who you are. Again, be vigilant about opportunities around you as well as the people around you. Because you guys you're on a road towards success. You just have to keep trusting in the process. Again, trusting that Christmas is around the corner and that you are going to receive what you need to thrive. But it requires you to trust. Trust yourself, trust the divine, trust the timing. Everything comes back around. So that is everything I'm seeing here for your particular pile. And again, I'm just going to mention it. You have the spiral imagery coming up so much here. So carry a spiral with you. Draw a spiral. That's important. So yes. Thank you all so much for joining me here for this reading. Again, if it resonates, please do let me know. Comment down below. And if you'd like to help support this channel and its continued growth and get access to more pick cards, ad-free, personal readings, artwork, all kinds of fun extra little things, please do consider supporting my Patreon because it really does help this channel in bringing you more videos like this, especially longer frame videos. I don't do these longer ones as much on here as much as I do over on my Patreon, but I wanted to do it in the case of this particular video. So thank you all so much, and I'll see you in the next one.